How did Ja Morant take the Memphis Grizzlies from this?
The best team in the West right now, I would have to say, is the Memphis Grizzlies.
I'm staying with the Memphis Grizzlies. When you look at their roster,
the scariest team in the West right now, Molly, the Memphis Grizzlies.
There was a time they were ranked second in the West. But then the head coach gets fired. An important piece leaves, and now they're rapidly declining. The Memphis Grizzlies were building something special. They had a young, fearless core, with Ja Morant leading the charge. Not too long ago, he was saying he was fine in the Western Conference, as if it was his personal playground.
Who do you look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them?
Celtics.
No one in the West.
Nah, I'm fine in the West.
He said, I'm fine in the West.
But now they are ranked 14th in the NBA and are almost irrelevant and forgotten. He quickly had to answer for those comments. After being eliminated from the playoffs regularly,
Ja, you know the I'm fine in the West comment's going to get thrown back in your face at this point.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't care. I said it. I deal with it.
Coming into this season, they weren't just supposed to be another team in the West. They were supposed to be the next dynasty, maybe even the next NBA champions, with a strong core of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. They were literally one more piece away from legitimate title contenders. I mean, they were already the most exciting show in basketball. They had 56-win seasons and regularly locked up the second seed in the Western Conference. They could have easily convinced one more star, by the likes of Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard, to join the team, which would have set them over the top and made them the favorites to win it all. Ja Morant was already an all-star starter, an all-NBA player, a Rookie of the Year, and the proud owner of his own Nike signature shoe. Everything was happening fast, and everything was going right. But instead of becoming the face of the league, he ended up being the face of controversy. The same player who once looked destined to lead Memphis to a championship became the reason the franchise collapsed. This is the untold, uncomfortable truth about how Ja Morant ruined the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's get into it. Before the private jets, iced-out grills, and the headlines, there was a kid named Ja Morant from Dalzell, South Carolina. His path was the ultimate underdog story, nurtured by his father, T. Morant. T was more than a dad. He was a legend in his own right, even playing alongside Hall of Famer Ray Allen.
And Ja, you always said that your dad gave up his basketball dreams to help you accomplish yours. So tell your dad what this means.
It means a lot for both of us. We both know what I've been through. He made me who I am today, and I'm just thankful for it all.
That DNA, that work ethic, that fire, it was all there. But Ja didn't turn out to be a top recruit. He didn't end up playing for a powerhouse program. He went to Murray State, a school almost nobody talked about. And yet, by sheer talent and sheer work, he turned into a phenom, defying every scouting report and every expectation. In 2019, the Memphis Grizzlies made him the #2 pick in the draft, right after Zion Williamson. And while Zion's career stalled with injuries, Ja's took off. He won Rookie of the Year and instantly gave Memphis something they had been missing since the days of grit and grind. A true superstar. But the Grizzlies didn't just have Ja. They had a real supporting cast around him. I mean, the perfect trifecta, the three-headed monsters. They played with a swagger, a chip on their shoulder, and a pace that was unstoppable. They were winning, they were talking trash, and the scary part was, there was nothing anybody can do about it. They were the new kids on the block. They started making playoff appearances and took the league over by storm. Their championship window was just opening. It was Ja's job as the leader and the face of the team, and potentially even the league, to make sure the team stayed on track, kept progressing, and remained a threat in the Western Conference. But somewhere along the way, Ja Morant lost the plot. The drive to be a champion slowly faded, replaced by a dangerous obsession to live up to a false image of being a so-called gangster, right after signing his massive guaranteed contract. Ja's focus drifted. He was more interested in projecting an edgy, reckless persona than leading his multi-billion-dollar franchise. The first signs came with reports of altercations off the court. Then came the infamous Instagram Live video, with Ja flashing a gun at a club. The NBA suspended him for 8 games. The incident became national headlines. It should have been the wake-up call. But only weeks later, it happened again. Another Instagram Live. Another gun. Another suspension. The image of Ja Morant changed overnight, from the fresh young superstar who symbolized the league's future to a cautionary tale of wasted potential. Every suspension didn't just sideline Ja, it sidelined Memphis. Their momentum was gone. The constant negative coverage created a media circus that completely derailed the team's success. Their hard-earned respect around the league was replaced by ridicule. Ja Morant, the franchise centerpiece, had become a liability. The fallout was immediate and devastating. The team spiraled, and the losing started, and eventually, Memphis broke. The first domino to fall was the head coach. Taylor Jenkins, once praised as one of the best young minds in the league, was fired just 2 weeks before the playoffs were set to begin. After that, everything unraveled fast. The losses mounted, and the front office hit reset. The trade that no one saw coming happened. Desmond Bane was gone, breaking up the young core that once stabilized Memphis. Instead of a championship core built around Ja Morant, Memphis is left with role players, guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Cole Anthony. From title contention to irrelevance, in just a few years, everything collapsed. Ja Morant had the skill set to become an MVP. He had the platform to become the face of the NBA. He had a team that was one step away from being a dynasty. But he ended up fumbling the bag.
Good, man. Ja Morant is a prime example of a man that's living his teenage identity as a grown man. You know, when he's struggling with his identity.
Right.
His father played with Ray Allen. His mother was a softball player, so we know in the forefront of the house of sports. Mm-hmm. He's growing up, he's watching people, he wanted to be tough, and now he's messing up the bag. He's a bad example on his ass.
He fucked up the bag. He's fucking up the bag. He's actively fucking trying to fuck up the bag.
So they said he's...
The Memphis Grizzlies, who were supposed to be a young, rising team, something like the Oklahoma City Thunder, are now projected to be a bottom feeder. A painful reminder of what could have been, all because Ja Morant couldn't keep his act together, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did. But he is still young, so his story isn't over. The talent is still there. But right now, the Memphis Grizzlies' rise and fall will forever be tied to Ja's name. From Rookie of the Year to suspensions, from highlight reels to headlines, from a future champions to a broken core. The question isn't if the Grizzlies can recover, it's how long they'll be stuck paying for the actions of their fallen star. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Ja can ever win back the trust of the league? And who's to blame for this monumental downfall? Like, subscribe, and don't miss our next deep dive into NBA most shocking moments. Let's get it!